Thank you once again, Coach, for joining us. Maybe just, to start off the press conference, your opening remarks as we go into the second leg. Obviously, it was a very tight one in the first leg in Cape Town, no goals, but there has to be a winner on Wednesday.
Yeah, exactly like you said. I think, we've played Swallows twice now, and unfortunately both those games have ended in 0-0 draws. And they were extremely tough matches. But, we only get one opportunity at this come Wednesday, and the one slight advantage that we may have is the fact that we can go there knowing that we kept a clean sheet at home, and that if we can get an away goal, things turn a lot more difficult for Swallows. So we need to go there and be brave. So I think that's important. But from the game that we played them on Friday, tough opposition, tough team to break down. So we're going to have to be really, really at our best come Wednesday.
Thank you, Coach. I'll now take questions from the floor, just by show of hands. And we go to Cape Town. Rob?
Thanks, Fatu. Coach, Rob from Idiski Times. Coach, did you notice any changes with Swallows, with Simo taking over, or are you expecting a very similar team to what we've seen over the past season?
No, I think there are going to be slight changes. Tactically, under Brakkies, they were slightly different in terms of their setup. In their build-up play, fullbacks like to go play inside. That didn't really happen. Langeman came in and he makes a difference. He's not someone who's comfortable going to play inside. He's somebody who likes to play wide and to get on the overlap. And yeah, in terms of the wingers, they played with more out-and-out wingers. And they're looking to put balls into the box with crosses, There was a lot more interchanging under Brakkies. So there's been slight changes, although we thought they might come out playing a 4-2-3-1 formation or a 4-1-4-1. But, they seem to, for this last game, they stuck to the 4-3-3. But as he said in his statement at the end of the game, that he only had a couple of days to work with him, but he would have hoped that he could make certain more changes leading up to Wednesday night's game. So I do see certain changes being made.
Thank you, Coach. Let's move on to Mr. Glisson.
Thank you very much. Eric, your game plan looked very different last Friday from previously. Was it a reaction to the 3-0, or was it sort of maybe keeping some cards close to your chest ahead of Wednesday?
No, it was after the result against the Stellies, to be honest with you, Mark. I think the FIFA break came at a very, very bad time for us. I think we were gaining momentum. We were starting to look very good. And then the FIFA break happened. And, during the FIFA break, because you got 2 weeks and we ended up nearly having 3 weeks because the game against Maruma Gallants also got cancelled. We ended up having to try and arrange friendly matches. And I don't think those friendly matches helped us a lot. We played against Cape Town Spurs. We played against Hawke Bay. And what tends to happen when you play these friendly matches, you drop your level. And although we did get positive results, the performances weren't very, very good. And I think the players and myself, we felt that and we recognized that. And and I think that was to our detriment leading into the Stellies game. And I thought we were very, very lethargic the way we played. The intensity that we had against Stellies was simply not good enough. We didn't match them in terms of the intensity, and against the team and the way they set themselves up, Stellies, you're going to get hurt, and we got punished. And I think psychologically that hurt the team quite a lot. So what was important for us was to ensure that we went and got a positive result against Swallows. We obviously wanted to try and go there and get the 3 points, but what was very, very important was not to lose the match and look to try and keep a clean sheet. So, looking at the Swallows team, we studied Swallows team a little bit. We decided, let's rather look to play more middle or a low block, look to contain them and look to try and play on the counter. And it worked for us. I thought it really, really worked for us. We controlled it and we contained them. It was only once or twice from set piece that they potentially created chances. But I thought defensively we were a lot better. We were a lot structured, a lot more organized, and we looked to play on the transitions a little bit more, from deep lying positions. And I was actually quite happy with certain of those transitions that we had during the game. But you're entirely correct. It's not really our game plan. It's not really the way we want to play. But I think it was very, very important for us to ensure that we got a positive result leading into what is a massive and very important week for us as a club. You got a chance to get to the final of the MTN8, and then we also set ourselves targets at the beginning of the season to put the games in segments of 5 and look to collect maximum points from those 5 game segments. And we need a positive result. We need to collect 3 points against Orlando Pirates to ensure that we achieve or reach those targets. So it's a massive week for us. So that result was very, very important leading up to this week.
Thank you, Coach. Let's move on to Karabo here in Joburg.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Fatu. Good day, Coach, and a good day to my colleagues as well. Karabo from the beautiful game. Coach, well, obviously you've spoken about an indifferent season that you had, the international break also just disturbing you guys. Ever since you guys played on Friday, it's a totally different competition. It gives you, an opportunity to win this tournament early on. What is the mood like into camp going into this one over the last couple of training sessions that you've had, and any major injuries that you'd like to report on, or incomings in terms of players that are feeling much better from injuries? Just a quick report in terms of that. Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, what we ended up, as you well aware, we played on Friday, and then we traveled back to Cape Town on Saturday, and we had a training session on Saturday afternoon, which was more a recovery session for obviously the players that played, and then a full session for the players who played very little time or no time. We done that in order to give them the Sunday off so that they could have a decent rest and a decent recovery. We started training again this morning. We done video analysis on ourselves, post-match analysis on ourselves, looked where we done the good things and the right things, looked at where Swallows might look to exploit us. We done that this morning, and then we had a full session, and the mood and the vibe is very, very, very good, which is obviously important, and ultimately comes from the fact that we came away with that very vital point against them away from home. So the mood is very, very good. Everybody's up and raring to go. We don't have any major injuries. It's only Darren Keat who's still out. We don't have any suspensions, so we have a full squad ready and raring to go.
Thank you, Coach. Staying in Joburg, let's go to ENCA. I think it's Seppo.
Thanks, Fatu. Coach.
Afternoon.
Afternoon, Coach. Coach, looking at the Swallows team, I mean, obviously there are issues with their technical team, with the coach being given special leave. Do you think that could be a sort of an advantage for you, because their technical team they're not like they look like something is wrong there? Thanks.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think there's hunger and desire from the players. The players themselves see an opportunity to get to the MTN8 Cup final. So, their hunger and desire is going to be there, no different to ours. You know, I think obviously, yes, there's issues around the coaching, but players have become so used to that, that they just focus on the job at hand.
Thank you. Let's move on to Zahir.
Hi, Coach Eric. Zadia from Independent Media. Just Darwin Dodas played the last 25 minutes last weekend and he had a run. How's his fitness coming along after all the niggles and form? Is he getting close to where he could be?
No, definitely is. I think we've been managing to give him a little bit of time every single game, and slowly but surely he's regaining that match fitness and that match sharpness. He came on this last game. I thought it took him about 10 minutes to get himself actively involved in the game. Sometimes the intensity of the game is very, very difficult for a player that comes off the bench to get into the rhythm. But I felt that this game he was a lot better than the previous. So he's slowly but surely getting to where he needs to be, and he'll start playing even more effective role for us going forward.
Christopher Dube.
Afternoon, Coach. Thank you, Fatu. Coach, you spoke of your targets, your 5-game targets that you put in. What would constitute a successful season, in your own words? What would constitute a successful season for Cape Town City? And where do you rank yourselves as Cape Town City in this league right now as it is? Are you top 5, top 3, top 1 to compete with Sundowns? Thanks, Coach.
Obviously, for us, it's all about improving on last season. I think that's very, very important. Looking to try and improve on last season. Last season, the club finished 7th in the league. So this season, we want to finish higher than that. We being an ambitious football club and me being an ambitious football coach, I try and aim a little bit higher than that. I'm looking to try and finish in the top 4. If we can try and achieve that's got to be our ultimate goal. So that's what we've tried to set ourselves as a squad, as a team, as a club, is to try and finish in that top 4. And then obviously, we have an opportunity now with a cup competition. Can we look to try and bring another trophy into Cape Town City's trophy cabinet? That would be a fantastic achievement as well.
Thank you. I'm going to go back to Rob.
Thanks, Fatu. Coach, Terence Masheko has been included in the final 23-man for Bafana. Just what does that mean to the club? And also, does it motivate the other guys, having someone in the Bafana squad in the team?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, we as a club, we're very happy to have our players making the senior national team. The fact that both Bansani and Terence have been selected for that is good for the club, and obviously also good for the players. And I think Terence has worked extremely hard to get where he's got to. In fact, yesterday was a day off for everybody, barring Terence. He decided he was coming in and done extra training on his own. Nobody told him to, but he ended up doing it by himself. So that just shows you how dedicated and how hardworking a young man he is.
Thank you. Zaire, is that a new hand or the old one?
That's the old one. I'm okay, thanks.
You sorted. Okay. All right. It seems like we don't have any further questions, so we're going to have to end it here. Coach, thank you very much and all the best for Wednesday.
Thank you very much, sir.
Cheers, everyone. Bye.
Cheers.
Thank you.